So you're thinking about moving to Salt Lake City, Utah, and you want to know why you should actually move there? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 15 reasons why you should be moving to Salt Lake City, Utah in 2023, and I'm getting after it right now. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Greg Spackman. I'm with the Living in Salt Lake City channel. So if you're looking for everything about Salt Lake City, Utah, and the surrounding areas, I do new videos every week. Click the little subscribe button, the little bell to be notified every time I do new videos. I've been getting a ton of people that are just like you that are reaching out to me about moving here to the Salt Lake City or greater Salt Lake City area. I absolutely love that. So please give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I've got your back when you're moving here to Salt Lake City, Utah. So the 15 reasons why you're tuning into this video are, number one, the amazing views. Every single day when I go outside and get in my car, I look at these mountain ranges and they are incredible. So they start with, in the wintertime, they're snow like they are now. And then in the summertime, they're without snow and they look completely differently. So know that the view does change from winter to summer. And it is awesome either way you get. And it's something that I just can't get over. It feels like I'm in a snow globe. It doesn't feel real sometimes when you look at the mountains, how they look. And you get that every single day that you're here. So that's number one, the amazing, amazing views that you're going to have. And that's just right here in the valley. Number two reason that you should be moving here to Salt Lake City, Utah is the friendly people. There are some of the nicest people that I've met anywhere. And I've lived in a bunch of different states, from California to Arizona to New Mexico, Colorado, even Tennessee. And so the people here just seem like they are some of the friendliest people that I've met anywhere in my life, and they're mostly all friendly. There are jerks that you're going to run into, but you're going to see that everywhere. But know that you're going to have friendly people here, and hopefully you keep that going when you get here as well. The number three reason you should be moving to Utah is the weather. And the weather here is incredible. We get all four seasons. So let me just describe the weather to you so that you're aware of it. Right now we're in springtime, so everything is starting to bloom. You're starting to see the snow melt from the mountains. However, this year we got more snow than they've gotten, I think, ever. So it's going to be a long time. Some of the canyons that we're going to want to go hike and stuff, we're not going to be able to do this summer because they may not fully melt, from what I've been told. So we got a ton of snow, and that was awesome. But the springtime, it's starting to get warmer. We're into 50s, 60s, 70s. I think we even hit 80 last week. So the weather is super nice and comfortable right now. It isn't humid outside, so that is awesome as well. Then we're going to be leading into summer, which is my favorite season. I asked on Facebook people's different favorite seasons. My wife absolutely hates the summer because she doesn't like heat at all. But summer for me is awesome because it means that I can go fishing late at night. I like to go catfishing with my sons, and we'll go out and hang out for 3 or 4 hours and go catfishing. So that's something that we're going to be able to do here soon because it's warm enough to sit outside. Although we could do it now, but it's chilly at night still. And then we take my Jeep and we go 4x4 and we go to American Fork Canyon, and then a place called 5 Mile Pass, and then another area called Little Moab. And those are all within 45 minutes of Salt Lake City area. So if you're a 4x4 fan, you can do that. You can take your side-by-sides or motorcycles, dirt bikes, ATVs, all of that you can do out there. So that's super fun for you to be able to do. Then you have all the stuff that we're going to be able to do on lakes. We love to go to the lake. We take our canopy, set it up right at the water line, take our paddle boards out and kayak, and then just hang out and have fun in the water. Make sure that you apply extra sunscreen. We got really burned the first year because it didn't feel like you needed it. You need it. And then make sure that you stay hydrated as well, because you definitely need more water when you're at higher elevation than you would at lower elevation. So stay hydrated. That's a big thing. So that's some of the stuff that we can do in the summer. Then we have fall, where the changing of the leaves, and every year we do the drive, and you can just drive through the canyons and see the different colors of the leaves. They have some golden leaf changing in some of the trees, and those are really, really cool. And then you got the other ones for all the different colors. And We have some of the best leaves changing, I think, anywhere in the nation. I'd love to know if you think yours are better. Comment below about that. But that's the summertime and fall. And then wintertime, the first year that we were here, snowed maybe 12 to 24 inches total. And I think one time we got like a big dump of like a foot, and then we got like inches, 3 or 4 inches a few other times. We didn't really need all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive that winter. However, this winter, it was definitely helpful a few days to have four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive on our cars. So we had our daughter not use her car a couple days, and she took my Jeep or my wife's car that has all-wheel drive. Just know that all-wheel drive is good. Snow tires is another way that you can help yourself. So you can get a set of snow tires and just keep them in the garage with rims, and then just swap those on into late December or so, or middle December, whenever it starts to get the snow starts to come down. You can just switch to the winter tires and use those until March or April, and then switch back to your summer tires. And we know lots of people that do that, and that's one way that you can make it a little safer driving. But that's the weather overall here, and it's fabulous. It is really, really nice to sit outside in the summer and the fall when it's still warm outside and it's not too hot. It's just really, really nice. The number 4 reason that you should be moving to Salt Lake City is we have some really good colleges and schools here. We have Utah State. We have University of Utah. They have an amazing football team. They've been to the Rose Bowl twice the last 2 years, haven't been able to win the big game, so I don't know what's going on there. And then we have Utah Valley University. Those are all nearby, and there's a bunch of other ones that are all scattered in different parts of Utah. Tuition here in Utah for colleges is much cheaper than it is in other states, and in some cases, the out-of-state tuition in Utah is cheaper than your in-state costs, and that's at those schools. Schooling here is really good, and you can find all that out online, looking on like niche.com or School Digger or that sort of thing. Number 5 is the sports. And Utah is huge into sports. We're really, really big into the Utah Jazz NBA team. They are since they've been good, back when I was a kid, we had Karl Malone and John Stockton running the team, and they were awesome then. I remember them. Never had been here before to see a game, but you got the Utah Jazz here. University of Utah college football team is good every year. Like I said, they had last 2 years they went to the Rose Bowl and lost that, but they did make it to the Rose Bowl, so that's great. We have an ECHL hockey team here that you can go. So if you're an ice hockey fan, you can go watch them. We have the Salt Lake City Bees, which is a AAA baseball team. They are in talks to bring an MLB team here, so we could end up with either the Oakland Athletics potentially moving here or an expansion team. We'll have to see. There's also talks of the A's moving to Las Vegas, so we don't know where that's headed right now, but we'll see. There's a professional rugby team here if you're into rugby, which I haven't been to a professional rugby team or a professional rugby game ever, so that would be something on my list to go do. And then they have an MLS soccer team, and it's called the Real Salt Lake that play, and that's something as well I want to go see. So that's pretty much sports here. There's going to be a ton of other sports for your kids to be able to do. You're going to find that a lot of soccer tournaments are down in St. George over the winter time because of our weather here being colder. So they run a lot of tournaments and other things that run in St. George where the weather is warmer in the winter. But that's sports. Touched on number 6 a little bit, but the outdoors is the reason you're probably looking at Salt Lake City, or at least that should be a big reason that you're planning to move here, is all of the outdoor stuff that you could do in Utah in general. Hiking is one of the big things that I'm really into now. I've done a bunch of waterfall hikes, and I plan to do even more this summer once it warms up a little bit and we can actually get in there. There's mountain biking, you have canoeing, kayaking, paddle boarding, boating, 4x4. You can ski and snowboard on some of the best resorts anywhere in the world. Arguably, Utah has the best snow on earth, and I would have to agree. I haven't skied everywhere in the world, so I can't say that for sure, but at least places that I've skied anywhere on the West Coast in California, and then in Utah is much, much better for skiing. You have then you have camping. And camping is super fun here because it's warm out at night and it's not humid. So that's awesome. You can picnic And there's a ton of more things that you're going to be able to do in the outdoors. And what is your favorite thing to do in the outdoors, or that you're looking forward to most about moving to Utah and being able to do outside? The number 7 thing on the list, and that's golfing. So are you a golfing fan? There's 14 different courses in Salt Lake City. 11 of them are municipal. And then there's 29 more that are within a 20-mile range of Salt Lake City. So there are some really good private courses here as well that you can join and be part of the country club life. And they are some amazing courses. I've heard that some of them are really, really top notch. So if you're a golf fan, that's another reason that you should be here in Salt Lake City. Travel is number 8 on the list. And then we have a world-class airport here, Salt Lake City. It typically doesn't close. However, this year my wife got unlucky, and I think the one day of the year that it closed, she happened to be flying in, and I was waiting for her at the airport, and then she got diverted up to Idaho to Twin Falls, and she sat up there for 3 or 4 hours before they could fly her back down. But it just happened to be that it was snowing so hard that they shut down the airport for that time period. And normally they don't do that, but they did. But overall, the airport is awesome, and they just expanded the airport and they're redoing it. So it is awesome. It's a great airport. It's not difficult for you to walk through or to get around or to get dropped off or picked up. They have a special lot for you to go sit in while you're waiting to pick people up. Makes it super easy. And they have a numbering system. So you walk outside if you're getting picked up at the curb and you tell them, I'm at 4C, and then they know where to come pick you up. That's great as well. Then we have a really good highway. The I-15 is really well maintained. It will easily get you to Las Vegas in 5.5 hours. You get to drive 80 miles an hour on it. People definitely drive 100 or more. You'll get passed as well on the freeway by those people. Then it's also really nice going up to Boise, which is about 5 hours to the north, maybe a little less. But travel here is awesome. You got Highway 80 or Interstate 80 that'll take you into Reno and then also to Denver. So we have really good highway systems here as well. Number 9 on the list of reasons that you should be moving to Salt Lake City, Utah, and that's the job market and unemployment rate. The unemployment rate here, we're ranked number 6th in the nation. So we used to be 1 or 2. It's fallen a little bit, but South Dakota is number 1, and they are below 2%. We're right about 2.5% right now for unemployment, which is really, really low, and it's super easy to get a job. There's tons of job postings if you're looking on Indeed for something. You got the tech sector, medical sector, schooling, just whatever you're planning to want to do. There's a ton of startups, that sort of thing. There's a place called Silicon Slopes that's in the Lehigh American Fork area and all of that. So you have definitely the ability to get a job and get a decent paying job here in Utah. The number 10 reason that you should be moving to Salt Lake City is taxes. Income taxes are now 4.65% flat tax. So I'm a big fan of flat tax, although I'm more of a fan of how Tennessee is with no state income tax. But if it's going to be a state income tax, I'd rather it be a flat tax than have it be based on how much money you make. So that's a good thing, at least in my eyes. If you disagree, comment below. Let me know why you disagree. Sales tax is 7.25% here in Salt Lake County, and that's going to differ based on which county you're in. So you'll have to look that up, or you can ask me about it when we're looking at the different counties of where you're wanting to live. Property taxes, 0.75% once again. So roughly on a $600,000 home, you're looking at about $4,500 a year in property taxes. So is that higher or lower than where you're at now? Give me a comment below what your rate is. Or property tax is 0.75%. So on a $600,000 home, the quick math is $4,500 a year in property taxes. Is that higher or lower than what you're paying now? Utah is a moderate tax-friendly state for retirees. Social Security is taxed. Withdrawals from retirement accounts are taxed. I'm not really sure what makes it so good for taxes for retirees, but that's what it says online. So there must be other states that are worse for that. But that's kind of the taxes that you're going to have here in Utah. Number 11 reason that you should be moving here to Salt Lake City is the public transportation. It is amazing here. We have something called the Trek system. You can get a monthly pass that's less than $100 and give you unlimited rides of that. And that goes anywhere from South Jordan and Draper and up into Salt Lake City. You can get over to the airport. So there's 3 different lines of it that you can take. They have the front runner train, which runs from Ogden all the way down to Provo. So if you're looking at going down that way or up that way, you can get around on the front runner train. And then you got busing that's in most of the cities to get around as well. So the public transportation here is really, really good. The number 12 region you should be moving here, and this one's a fun one, and that's that there's a ton of these soda places and cookie places. So if you are a soda fan, they have places called Quench and Sodalicious, and there's 5 or 6 other brands, but they're just like a drive-through, and all you get at them is your flavored soda. So that's super interesting, and I've never seen that anywhere else where they have that many choices for soda. And the lines are typically packed, so it takes you 5 or 10 minutes to go through the drive-through. It's sort of like going through Starbucks that you see every time, just that sort of a line. Then you have the cookie companies. Crumble's headquarters is here. Then there's probably 6 or 7 different ones from that you can choose from. They all have something a little bit different that they do, but the main thing is that they'll have a few staple cookies, and then they do some specialty ones where they will mix them every week so that you have to keep coming back to try something new or just get what your favorite is. If you got a favorite cookie company, let me know what that is. But that's number 12 is the soda and cookie companies that are here. Number 13 on the list is the national parks, and that may be a reason why you thought about moving to Utah. Maybe you came and went to one of the parks, but we have Arches National Park, we have Bryce Canyon, we have Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and then Zion National Park. And all of them are amazing, and you should definitely take time and go see all of those. They are awesome. And that is number 13, the national parks. Number 14 is something that we're going to try and get tickets for this year, and that's the Sundance Film Festival. It's got A-list celebrities that'll come into town. It's super, super popular. It's really difficult to get tickets to, but you have a chance to see famous people in and around Salt Lake City before and after the festival. They'll stay and hang out and go to different restaurants and bars and clubs and that up in Salt Lake City. So you just have that opportunity to run into some of your top stars. Number 15 on the list is something super fun, and that's fry sauce. And we have a ton of fry sauce. It's at every place you go. It's going to have their own blend of fry sauce. And it does taste better here in Salt Lake than elsewhere. Ask the locals, they'll tell you that for sure. It goes with anything that you're going to eat. You can use your fry sauce with. What's your favorite fry sauce? Let me know what that is. But that's 15, the fry sauce. Well, if you've made it this far and are ready, please give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Love to talk to you about making your move here to the Salt Lake City area. And until next time, be rad.